Hey everybody!
We rise together,
I don't know if you remember this
stronger
song.
than ever now.
Listen
We
closely.
rise up now. Our voices matter,
This is one
the
of the songs
chains we
we wrote with the
shatter
Brothers Foreign. I'm
now.
going to put the
We
lyrics up
rise
and feel free
up,
to sing along with us.
we rise up now. I'm matter, you matter, we matter now. I'm coming, we're coming, the truth comes out.
Take it in.
We found it, our voices coming out. Unbounded, we claim our freedom now.
Lyrics are in the chat box. This is the Kingdom and Brothers Foreign.
They wrote the story, we changed the letters now. We rise up now. Honor those before me, on wings of glory now. We rise up now. I'm matter, you matter, we matter now. Ooh, I'm coming, we're coming, the truth comes out. We found it, our voices coming out. Unbounded, we claim our freedom now. We found it, our voices coming out. Unbounded, we claim our freedom now.
I want you to know that no matter what you're going through in your life right now, no matter who you love, no matter what color your skin is, that you are worthy, that you are unbounded, and that your voice matters. And together, we rise. Come on, forward.
We found it, our voices coming out. Unbounded, we claim our freedom now. We found it, our voices coming out. Unbounded, unbounded.
How many of you remember that song? Anybody remember that? That is from 2020 Kingdom that we wrote with the Brothers Corin. Put some ones in the chat box if you remember that. If that's your first time hearing it, don't worry, we're going to play it again. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are here for our final episode of the Kingdom, our final session together. And we were so excited to actually do this on Zoom so that you can all see each other, those of you who are able to show up live today and those of you watching the recording or listening to the podcast. We're beaming love to you here together. And so I want those of you who are here live to go ahead and put your screen in gallery view and turn your camera on if you can, and just take a quick look at this beautiful community that's here together, that has been here, some of you for over 3 years, and this journey that we've been on together, this amazing journey that we've been on together. And today we're going to be honoring this experience that we've had together in the Kingdom. We have some fun things planned for you for this session. And I'm going to try something. Let me see if it works. Kate, I'm doing this off the cuff here, okay? So if it doesn't work, oh no, it's not going to work. Hold on. No, okay, never mind. Was going to try something that didn't work. So we have just a very special session today, some interaction, some ways for us to experience the joy and love of this community together. And so thank you for coming here live today. I see all of you. And let's just start out like we typically do by taking a little moment of silence, just a little bit of silence together. And place your hands over the center of your chest. And just take a second and take a look at this amazing community. And then when you're ready, I invite you to shut your eyes. Just shut your eyes and take a full deep breath in and a full breath out. And again, another full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale with me for 1, 2, 3. Hold for 1, 2, 3. Exhale 1, 2, and 3. Again, inhale 1, 2, 3. Hold for 1, 2, 3. Exhale 1, 2, 3. Last time, inhale 1, 2, 3. Hold for 1, 2, 3. Exhale 1, 2, and 3. And just breathe normally for a moment. And as we take this little bit of silence together, we'll take just a minute of silence. Let us drop into the word of gratitude. Just drop into the word gratitude. And think of all the moments that we've shared together in this space and the gratitude that we can have for being here together in this space at this time. And just with the hands over the center of the chest, we do a prayer together. God, Spirit, Universe, all that is, all that ever has been, and all that ever will be, we thank you for bringing this community together. Thank you for all of the guests that we've had and all of the moments that we've shared together. And also this moment now, what a special moment of transition that we get to honor with love and grace and respect and gratitude. And may we all open our eyes now again and just look at the screen and see everybody here. And you can swipe through if you need to, and just gratitude for each of these people and even the people who are not here. And I think we'll end our prayer by just typing in a little message of gratitude into the chat box. So everybody can type in one little message of gratitude into the chat. And we will circle our prayer, our collective prayer here together with a message of gratitude. As they come in, I will read them. I know I'm so grateful for all of you who've been here. We have some fun things planned today, so I'm trying not to give anything away. Pam is grateful for the community. Margaret for leadership. Oh, thank you. Of course, Margaret. Energy of everyone, Emily. Tasha, grateful to be with such beautiful people in space. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I'm grateful the kingdom was created as well. How the kingdom provided you with hope, joy, and inspiration and community during lockdown when you were so isolated, Anna. Great. I see these all coming through. Keep them coming, keep them coming. This is beautiful. Dear friends from this community, teachings, and all the teachers we brought in. Yeah, it's been a really beautiful experience. And the experience that we've had together is, you know, just to remind ourselves has been so big, right? We've had such a big experience. Those of you who've been around since the beginning of the kingdom, over 100 sessions. We were going every single Sunday from July 2020 all the way through like November 2021 without skipping a Sunday. And this was in like prime lockdown, and really like people were consistently showing up every single week. We have had so many guests. And so we prepared a little video, short video, just to remind you of some of the moments that we've shared together on the kingdom, especially with our special guests. And so Kate will share that with us now. So cool, right? I mean, what an experience. How many of you all were there for most of those sessions, right? With these, and these were just the sessions that we had with guests. We had even more sessions with people who were not guests. And so what a special experience that we've gotten to share and have together. And I just want to make sure you all know and are aware that all of the sessions, all of the episodes are on our podcast and will continue to stay up there on the podcast. They're also all on YouTube. And so if you want to come back to a Kingdom episode, they're there on YouTube for you to enjoy and experience. The Marianne Williamson episode will be up on the podcast as well. We're going to put together a little final episode as well to close out the podcast. And so we've had this beautiful journey together. And I think, one of the things that we haven't had the chance to do as a group was something that I wanted for us to do today. And if you're in a space that you can't share, and you don't want to speak or don't want to talk, you don't want to turn your camera on, you don't have to, so don't feel obligated, and you don't have to leave. Like, one of the things that happens when we do breakout groups, which is what we're going to do next, which we've never gotten to do on the Kingdom, is people feel like, oh, I can't talk, or I can't whatever, my hair's not done, so let me just hang up. You don't have to hang up. You can just go into the breakout group and just listen. Even if you don't want to talk, you can just listen, because you get a lot out of just listening to other people sharing. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go into some rapid fire breakout groups. They're going to be 5 minutes apiece, okay? You're going to come back, and then you're going to mix up and go with a different group, and you're going to come back and you're going to mix up and go with another group, just to get you all connecting, because this is one of the things that we really have never had the chance to do in 3.5 years of the Kingdom. And so I'm going to give you a little prompt. You'll think about your answer to the prompt, and then you'll share them for 5 minutes in your breakout group. The person in your breakout group with the shortest hair will go first, okay? Shortest hair, just to make it simple, so you don't have to go, you go first, you go first, you go first. Person with the shortest hair goes first. And don't be the person who takes up the whole 5 minutes, okay? You share for like 90 seconds each, 2 minutes or so each, and then you'll be good to go, okay? And so the first question is very simple. If you were a Kingdom episode, what would the title of your episode be? So hold on. I'm not gonna like stress you all out to like come up with it rapid fire. Place your hands over the center of your chest. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And another breath in and another breath out. And one more breath in, sending down your grounding cords, and another breath out. And just think about your own life journey over these last 3 years, since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, all the way through now. And if you could think about like an overarching theme or lesson or experience that you've had, kind of if you zoom all the way out, and think, what has the journey for you been thus far? And then you think of the way that we have titled every single episode of the Kingdom has been the power of something, power of fill in the blank. So what might your episode title be? The power of blank. And once you have a word or two, you don't have to be a perfectionist about it. You could even have a couple episode titles, but for the Zoom breakouts, you'll maybe just share one that feels the most powerful. And then take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And open your eyes. And we're going to head into Zoom breakout groups of 3 people, Kate, for 5 minutes. And when you go into your breakouts, if you feel like you can't share, that's okay. You can just listen, and then we'll come back and we'll go to the next connection game. Cool? All right, beautiful. I see you all. Hey, Dory, Devin, Devon. I know that. I know that. All right, Kate's going to get us set up. Fasten your Zoom seatbelts. Let's rock and roll, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. How was that? A few words in the chat? Yeah. Okay, so I would love to have you all type in your kingdom episodes in the chat. Let me hear what y'all got. Let me hear what y'all got. I'm glad it was lovely for you. I know it's fast. It's fast. Power of connection, Steph. Power of awareness, Lori. Oh, look at all these. Everybody read them coming through. Power of choosing yourself, Laura. Power of how far you've come. Power of surrender. Power of presence, Shannon. Power of ritual, Kalani. Power of stepping into your best life, Anna. Beautiful. Renee, power of remembering who you are. Luciana, power of vulnerability. These are good. Power of belonging, joyful connection. Mine has been, well, these are so good. I'm just reading them. Power of love. So mine has been the power of a team. Power of a team. When the kingdom started, I was all by myself. When the kingdom ended, we have a whole team and facilitators and teachers and assistants and staff. So it's been like such a journey of the power of a team and what you can grow when you rise together, literally, right? And so that's been like such a beautiful experience for me. And so that would be my kingdom episode. It's the power of a team. It's really the truth. I remember in the beginning, like one of my mentors telling me, like, no one does it alone. You can't. If you want to grow to where you want to grow and have the impact you want to have, you cannot do it by yourself. And I just had all the things in my head that people have, you know, like I can't run on the money and the this and that. And as soon as I started the team, it just everything just it was like blowing air into a spark, you know. And so that's been just a beautiful journey. And that would be the title of my kingdom episode. Beautiful. These are so great, everybody. The power within, power of community. So those of you, there are a few of you just signed in. If you do not have, if you weren't here when we started our breakout groups, we're doing these rapid fire breakout groups because we haven't had the ability to do breakouts on the kingdom ever. And so if you're just coming in and you feel like you don't have the ability to talk or speak, I know Natasha, you're cooking, like, you know, people are doing different things. You can just go into your breakouts and just listen. You don't have to turn your camera on. You don't have to speak up. But if you can even just turn it on for a second and just share for a second, it would be really lovely for everybody to experience. I know everybody loves the JMW team. JMW team too. We have really cool people. Our whole team and our whole extended team. And Kate's here today, and Tasha's here today, and a lot of our facilitators and teachers and coaches. I won't name all of you right now, but you're all here. A lot of you are here today. And it's just, I'm so grateful for this beautiful, beautiful community that we've built. I feel like we're all a team, to be honest with you, not just the people who are working, like all of us together are a team spreading love throughout the planet. And Kate, this is a good moment. If you want to just share a little something about your experience on the kingdom. Kate hates when I do this to her. If you want to share just a little word or two about what the kingdom has been like for you and you supporting this community, I would love to give you a second to share because you've been here for the whole journey.
Oh, I know you putting me on the spot every single time.
It's better than when I give you a heads up because then you're just nervous for 20 minutes. So it's better than that.
I would say if I had to pick a kingdom episode title, it'd be The Power of Love and Community, because just the people gathered here and the community that everybody has created is just like I haven't seen it anywhere else, and it's just so magical to watch, and the connection amongst everybody, and everybody is just so loving and gentle and kind. This is just a really wonderful space that everybody has created here.
Oh, thank you, Kate. Thank you, Kate. We love Kate. Would any of our TTAP facilitators or teachers, would one of you like to come up and share something about your experience? Just raise a Zoom hand and I'll bring you right up. Oh, Evie, there we go. Oh, I'll get Evie and Renee. All right, so Evie and Renee, go ahead and just share a few words. I asked both of you to unmute. Go ahead.
Hi, everybody. Oh my gosh. So grateful. I would have never guessed that, randomly tuning into a Kingdom session and 3 years ago would have landed me where I am today. So my Kingdom episode name would be The Power of Divine Trust, knowing that everything comes together to align for us in divine timing. So I'm so grateful to be here with you all and to just love up on all of you.
Love you, Evie. And Renee.
Hey everyone.
Okay.
I'm just so grateful to be here, and I'm gonna try to not get too emotional because the tears is already coming, y'all. But my episode of the Kingdom would be the power of remembering who you are. And I think that the kingdom and coming to this community has really helped reflect pieces of me that I was forgetting. And so it's just such a beautiful thing to like know it's still going to continue to live on through all of us. And just thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I love you all so much.
Love you, Renee. Thank you, dear. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, okay. And so this was perfect. Mariana raised your hand because I was just going to ask Mariana if any of our latest teacher trainees wanted to share anything. And so that would be you, because you were just in the latest teacher training. So Mariana, I'll allow you to share something here.
Well, I've been here in this community for the beginning, from the beginning, and I now I know so many people, and that I consider my friends and my family. And you know that I've been doing also soul study with Trey, and that was another occasion that we were meeting every single week, and it was a great sacred space for us. And I hope that comes in another form, because it was great. And I also gave me a chance to create the Kingdom Book Club. So that's going to continue also. So
Yes.
stay in touch for that. Okay. So some of you I met in person. So that was a very a gift for me. So thank you so
We
much
love
for
you. And
everything.
what was your episode title, Mariana?
Power Within.
Power Within. That's right. Thank you, Mariana. Beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Would anyone else, you don't have to be a facilitator or a teacher, anybody, but I'll pick one more person who'd like to just share your episode title and any words that you want to share with the community. Anyone? Raise a Zoom hand. All right, Stevie, let's see.
Hi.
Darling.
So happy to be here. My Kingdom title episode would also be The Power Within, which I think is so crazy because Mariana and I were in the teacher training together and really connected. And I just have to say that I haven't been here since the beginning, but in the almost a year I've been in this community, I have never felt so much love and support virtually and in person. And I'm so grateful for that.
Beautiful. Thank you, Stevie. Thank you. And Justine.
Hey, everybody. My title was How the Universe Brought Me Here, because on that last soul study session, Trey was talking about how we got here. And I'm like, I don't know how I got here. So it just feels divinely guided. And I'm really grateful for the community. And as Stevie just said, meeting so many of you in person, having the Zoom and the in-person experience is massive to know that we're all here and we get to keep coming back. And thank you for everything, Justin.
Thank you, Justine. Journeying Justine. All right, everybody. Beautiful time. Thank you for sharing. We're going to go into our second speed round of Speed Kingdom dating on the Zoom breakouts. And so the second question that I have for all of you is, what was your biggest golden nugget from the past 3 years of episodes of the Kingdom? I know some of you are like, ah! Right? Like, how could I even possibly? Biggest golden nugget. So let's take a second so you can actually think about it. Place your hands over the center of your chest. I hope if there's anything you've learned as like a practical tool in the Kingdom, it's if you want to know the answer to something, you just pause for a second, place your hands over the center of your chest, take a few breaths, and then think about it. It makes such a big difference when you do this in your life throughout your day. this is a beautiful way to source like really meaningful answers for yourself and for your life. And so just let's do that real quick. And you can try on your own. So take those training wheels off, take a few deep breaths, and then just ask yourself the question, what has been my biggest golden nugget from any of the episodes? All right, think about it. Grab it for yourself. Just pick one. You might have many. It'll take just another second. Then open your eyes. You can write it down for yourself, and we're going to go back into breakouts. 5 minutes. Remember, if you can't share, if you can't talk, just hang out and listen. But please join a room, and we'll see you in 5 minutes. Person with the shortest hair shares first. Here we go, and we're coming back. All right. Everybody is coming back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So you already know what's coming. I want to see in the chat box, and I'll get a few of you to share. This will be great for somebody who hasn't had a chance to share yet. If you're somebody who never, ever shares, I would love for you to raise your Zoom hand. Yay! Okay, and just type into the chat box what your golden nugget from all the kingdoms has been, and we'll see them come through. And we're going to have Pam and Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea, you're going to be first to come and share with us about your golden nugget. Let's see, is it letting you unmute?
Yeah, my golden nugget is the power of connection, and also the fact that in my breakout room, I had I'll say my next door neighbor, and that we are hundreds on this Zoom, and I got into breakout room with my next door neighbor. So just the miracle of connection. Like, it could have been anybody, and there's my next door neighbor who I invited to this for the first time.
Oh, that's amazing. And where do you all live? Where are you from?
St. Louis.
St. Louis. Cool. Amazing. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Connection is really what it's all about, right? At the end of the day. So there you have it. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Thank you. And then Pam, come on up.
Hello, good afternoon. This is only my third kingdom meeting because I found you a little divine timing, but found you a little after the fact. Community and support and connection, and feeling that I'm enough. I've been listening to your I'm Enough song, power walking every day for like the last month. And when you have the background where you're overdubbing not the yelling, but I walk up this hill that's like a killer hill, and I'm just like, you're in my ears, in my head, and I thank you.
Moment.
Yeah. More than one moment. I'm in your 40-day transformation on day 14, and it's been the most consistent thing I've ever stuck with, ever. And thank you.
Beautiful, Pam. I'm so happy to hear this. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Pam. Okay, I know there are other hands up. I would love to let everybody share, but I have to pull back a little bit just so that we could get done and not be here for 3 hours. So we have one more question, okay? We have one more question, and we're going to go back into groups. So I'm going to put up on the screen here, actually, a slide just so you all can see this. This was we're trying to pull things from like lots of previous old episodes. So if you remember the kingdom that we actually had this season, in season 3 with Addison Brazil on the power of grief, he says the return on investment of connection is grief. And I love this quote. And so a question that I'd love for you all to talk about, and we'll give you a little bit, actually, no. So a question I want you all to think about, we'll put our hands over our hearts and do this, is what are you grieving with the end of the kingdom? So just to honor that, it doesn't have to be some big thing, but it also can be a big thing. Like it's whatever it is, like, what are you grieving? And you know, this idea on grief, which is a beautiful, beautiful framing of grief, is understanding that there is no love without grief. And so similarly, there's no grief without love. And you wouldn't be grieving had you not loved or experienced or appreciated something. And so whether you're just coming in and getting the energy of this right now, whether you've been in for a few weeks, a few months, or a few years, what is it that you might be grieving with the end of the kingdom? And so let's place your hands over the center of your chest. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And another breath in and another breath out. And just ask yourself, what are you grieving with the end of the kingdom? What are you grieving? And then open your eyes when you're ready. Write it down for yourself so you don't forget. And we're going into one final set of brand new breakouts for 5 minutes of sharing. Person with the shortest hair goes first. Here we go. Welcome back. I know that wasn't enough time. I already know. I already know. But y'all will be mad at me if we're here for 2 hours, 3 hours. So let us have a couple people share in the group. And while we're doing that in the group, if you want to share in the chat what you're going to be grieving, I'd love to see. I had a chance to read through while you were gone all the other golden nuggets and things. So let us see. Okay. Danica, I'm going to bring you up because you had your hand up last time too. There we go. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome
So nice
back.
to be
Good
here.
to see you. And the kiddos
Thank
there.
you.
Amazing.
Yep, here's Jada and Pips is back there. I think what I'm gonna miss is really just, I was saying how you hold such a beautiful space, and when you hold that container, that it makes it really easy to just come and drop right into being open to share and to feel safe and to feel the beautiful community. And I haven't been on the kingdom in quite a while. And so when I saw it was ending, I thought, oh no, where I see everybody? So there will be other ways.
Yes, there will be other ways. Thank you so much. It's so good to see you again.
You.
Yeah, and that's been a really beautiful thing, you know, and that's kind of that was kind of the big thing for me around ending it, was like, gosh, this has been such a consistent place. Even if people weren't coming, they knew it was there, right? And to drop into it whenever they wanted to drop into it and knowing it was there. And it reminds me of actually like my yoga community when I was like 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, like my yoga community at a studio called Exhale Center for Sacred Movement in Venice. It was like I was there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Every day, Sundays, they had these big special things that felt like church, that was like live musicians, and we were all there. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, like the yoga world started to really explode. And like all that, I mean, it was really unexpected. Like, you know, all of the kind of biggest teachers in the West, like Sean Korn, Shiva Ray, Saul David Ray, Annie Carpenter, like any of you who are yogis know who I'm talking about. All these people were at this studio regularly. Ashley Turner, Sienna Sherman, like Christy Christensen, like they were all regular Monday, Wednesday, Friday teachers at this studio. And then the yoga community just started to explode. And then there became this thing called yoga festivals and yoga conferences. And so all these teachers who were in this community every day were now traveling the world. And because they were now traveling, now the community broke apart. It disintegrated in like 3 months. I mean, it was really crazy. And so I remember having that shift happen and how it felt for me to have that space no longer be a space, but there was no ritualization of it because nobody even realized it was happening. And so it was really important to me as we kind of ended this experience to make sure we gave plenty of time for people to know, like, you know, some notice that, okay, we're going to have this funeral together, and also a time for us to really come together and close it together. So it's not just being closed on you, but we are closing the experience. It's not that I'm closing the experience, we're closing it together. And so that was a really important part of doing this for me. So thank you so much for mentioning that. Okay, Sandy, I'm going to bring you up, and that will be the only share I have for this. And then we got to move on to a couple other things. I see there are others of you who want to share, Vance and Shirley, and I see you, but thank you so much for wanting to share. Please type in the chat. Go ahead, Sandy.
Well, there are a lot of things I'm going to be grieving. First of all, grieving your sweet face coming into our living rooms every single week. When we started out, this was an oasis, I think, for so many of us, not only for me because of the pandemic, but there were some really dark times. I think a lot of us have been through some dark times in addition to what was going on with the pandemic. And just having a space to be a collective, to be together, to learn, to grow, and to just be in the light of love was such an oasis in such a dark time for me. And made I had so much transformation in this short period of time. So I just want to say from the community, thank you so much, Justin, for all the blood, sweat, and tears that you put into this, and made it totally free to all of us. Just such a generous spirit, and we just love you and thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Sandy. You're the sweetest. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been, I've gotten just as much out of the kingdom as you all have. So it's been just a massive gift to me, you know, as well. And I'll share more about that later. So I'm just reading through some of these grievings, new teachings for me, a regular inspiration, soul study, being in the space, delighting community, listening during road trips. If you can still do that, there's about 100 and something podcast episodes that you can play. Community is the big piece, right? That I'm seeing here again and again and again, community and teachings. And so it just honoring that, you know, just honoring that space. Yeah, I love that, Sweet Tea, that you're not so much grief because there will be something else. However, if there was nothing else, then there would be a hole. And so there is already many somethings else, but there will be something else. And so I'm so grateful to all of you. And so, you know, as we continue on in our journey together of this kingdom funeral, notice we underline the word fun in funeral. Just hopefully this is a different kind of funeral for you. Like, just really, we wanted to make it about honoring and celebrating the journey and bringing the community together, and letting it be a transition. There is an ending, but really there's a transition. And we have some messages of gratitude. So in the last episode, we had put out a link and invited we invited everybody to share a video message of, you know, a very short video message of what the kingdom has meant for them and anything that they wanted to share. And we had a small handful of people submit some messages. And so we wanted to share those messages with you here. And then when we come back, we'll do something else. So take some time and listen to these beautiful, heartfelt messages from your community members, of messages of gratitude around the kingdom.
I'm so grateful for the wisdom and soul opening experience of the kingdom. It has changed my life, and working with Justin Michael Williams has also changed my life. Moving past obstacles that opened my heart to expanding my family and becoming a mother. So I will always hold the kingdom and Justin Michael Williams close to my heart with deep, deep gratitude.
Hi, Justin. This is Candida Rose Baptista, or known musically simply as Candida Rose. And I am taking this opportunity to just jump on and just say thank you for all that you have done in my life over the last 2.5 years. You, the kingdom, your teachings, your music have done so much to enhance and inspire my life that you can't even imagine. First of all, you allowed me to share my song, Love Each Other Through, with your kingdom audience. And that meant and still means so much more to me than you will ever know. Secondly, if it weren't for you and the kingdom, I would never have met in person Mary Therese, and she has become a good friend and a supporter of my work and of my music. Thirdly, your today's Power Action teachings have helped me to accomplish more in the last 2.5 years than I've been able to do in the 10 years before that. So you, Justin, you are the thing that I will miss the most, and you are the thing that I love the most. And may God bless and keep you always in all that you do. Love you so, so much.
Good morning, fellow Kingdom members. My name is Pam Kulberzika, and I came to find Justin Michael Williams on Insight Timer and followed him ever since. This body of water behind me is the majestic Hudson River that runs from the tip of Manhattan to Albany. I am standing by the docks in George's Island Park, a county-owned park in Westchester County in Montrose, New York. I come here when I want peace in my life, and if I would to think of one buzzword for the kingdom, I would have to say community. Justin Michael Williams has created a phenomenal community of love and support. And yes, I am enough. And yes, you are enough. And the lessons he's learned from his baka, I will never forget. And I have supportive grandparents who I miss very much. And Justin, thank you so much again. And Team Justin behind you, working for you and with you, I am grateful to you for being there as well, and look forward to whatever comes next. Have a blessed day, everyone, and yes, we are enough.
Hey, I will start with a story. It's Kaylani. I was working at the library when I found Justin's book, Stay Woke, and he mentioned to go to his website, and so when I did, the first thing I did was join the Kingdom podcast. And when I first started joining, I'd be laying in bed sometimes having a really bad day or a sad day or just a lazy day. And over time, this became a happy part of my day and even my week. And I confess, for a long time, I was placing my hand over my heart like we did for the pledge in school. And he always encouraged the chat. And when I finally did join in, I found myself becoming part of this loving and welcoming community. And for the first time in my life, I learned so much from Justin, his guests, and community members who are brave enough to share their experiences. And I went on to join Manifest New Year's Eve, the 40 days, the teacher training program, and the accelerator program. And they've all transformed me and my life. And I don't know if any of it would have happened without this podcast. And I can't even say that there's a favorite episode because they're all so good. And so I want to say thank you to the team and to Justin for this incredible, brave space where I know so many of us felt like we found our home. And I'm going to miss y'all. And I'm excited to see what's next. And I love you. All right, bye.
Oh, so purposefully, I have not watched any of those yet. Kate put them all together so that I could watch them with you. So I was having the same reactions with you in real time. And it's so beautiful. So thank you all for taking the time and energy to submit these videos. You know, it's so amazing to think how we came to this community for the first time, like what brought you in, you know, and if you just want to think about that for a second, I mean, it's so fascinating to see what was the little thing that brought you in here. And now you're still here, you know, at this experience now. And it's just so many levels. And feel free to type in the chat what brought you here if you'd like. So we're going to do something really fun. So this was sweet. We wanted to do more things, but there was a limited amount of things that we could pull data from, and we didn't want to pull false things because the technology has transformed from 2020 till now. It wasn't consistent enough for us to get other things, but there were a few things we were able to get. And what we're going to do is we created the Golden Nugget Awards for Kingdom members who have some cool things. And there's many of you who probably could get other awards, but we actually can't pull all of the data and didn't want to pull wrong stuff. So here are some fun things. The most live shows attended of all of the kingdoms was Magdalena. Magdalena attended more live shows than anyone else that is proven by all of our back-end data of the kingdom. And so Magdalena, you are getting, well, we're going to tell you, everybody who has an award on here, we're going to be sending a little kingdom merch to you in the mail. And so this will be a little award. So Magdalena, who I saw, I think was here earlier. So Magdalena, if you just want to type a little word into the chat or something like that, we can honor you. Let me see, is Magdalena, I'm trying to see if I can find Magdalena. I know Magdalena was here. Oh, there you are. I see you waving your hands. Magdalena, everybody say hello to Magdalena. If you just want to say a quick hello, darling. Our world peace.
Oh gosh, I saw Justin on a summit, and it was one of the first summits that I ever saw, and there were so many people, I was a bit overwhelmed, and there was Justin with this wild, he had his hair up in the top knot. I thought, who is this person? And then right away I had to start following him, and I wrote him about peace, and I thought he was going to think I'm just a crazy person, but he wrote me back and he allowed me to speak, and I fumbled. The first time I spoke on his show, I was so overwhelmed and choked with words, but I think I've come a long way since then. And everywhere I go, I'm reminded of things that Justin has pointed out to me first. And I'm really happy to have got the library to order his books. And so that's one little thing that I can do. And I'm just waiting for you, Justin, to say, all right, we're adopting. This is one of the next things we're going to do is adopt the World Peace Project and get this show on the road.
Oh, thank you, Magdalena. Thank you so much. You have been a massive gift to this community, and to be someone who has attended the most live sessions, it means the world. And the energy and the space that you hold and the gifts that you sent, we all love you so much. And thank you for standing for peace in all the ways that you do, Magdalena. We love you.
Bless you, Justin. And your mom.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And coming back to our kingdom, I know I kind of gave away them all at once, but most active in the chat, most chats sent in the kingdom from all of our episodes, tied goes to my mom, Barbara Williams, and Mary Teresa, MT. I don't think those are a surprise to anybody who's come to the kingdom. I don't think this is a surprise in any way. And so MT and my mom is MT. Where's MT? Did I see MT? I thought I saw MT earlier. Am I making that up?
I think she must have had to drop off, but I did see her in here earlier.
I did see her too. Okay, we're gonna have to let her know. Okay, Mom, anything you want to share, Mom, who's literally, I'm in the Bay Area right now. My mom's literally in the other room. So Mom, if there's anything you want to share.
I'm just laughing because I know, Jesse always would tease me that I'm talking too much in the chat.
Oh,
I
no.
love the chat. That's one of the things I'm going to grieve I'm grieving is chatting with everyone and people private messaging me and just all the love. And I just love you all for loving my son so much. It just brings me so much joy. I'm sorry. Anyways, this is just a blessing.
Oh,
And I'm so excited to be here on Zoom, seeing all y'all faces, even though I know, seeing most of you. But
love you, Mom.
yeah, we'll see each other. We'll see each other on the journey here.
Hi, Mom. Thanks for chatting with everybody and showing up to support and love me in all the ways that you do, even on the kingdom. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And then coming back, we had a Golden Nugget Award for our special contributors to the kingdom who really held some amazing space for us all. Trey, who has held down Soul Study, everybody, for so long every week. Renee, who has jumped in and helped with Soul Study in a major way as well. And Mariana, who has started on her own volition and accord, the Kingdom Book Club. So I don't know if everybody is still here because I think I saw that Mariana jumped off, but we have Trey, Renee, and Mariana. So if you want to jump in and say a little hello, we'd love to hear from you.
What's good, y'all? Hey. I am who I am, living the life that I'm living right now in Atlanta, Georgia, doing music and peace building because of the kingdom and because of the way I've integrated the teachings from Justin and all the loving people he brought into my life. And to just see who I am today, this beautiful community that I'm a part of, and the beautiful spaces that I've had the privilege to hold with Renee for Soul Study. It is, I feel humbled and blessed in the greatest way. So just thank you, Justin. Thank you, team. Justin Michael Williams. Thank you, all the Soul Study buddies that have come to every Soul Study session, for creating such sacred sanctuaries for us to grow and thrive. I am eternally grateful to every single one of y'all.
Thank you, Trey. Thank you, Trey. Trey, I just want to take a second, everybody, and really honor Trey. Trey has held it down, y'all. And those of you who've been at Soul Study know Trey has held it all the way down. Like, the connection that we were able to have together, Trey, would literally not exist without you. You are a masterful, like, holder of space and creator of peace and connection. I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. It's been so cool to watch you grow over these last 3 years and step into this amazing leader and world changer that you have always been, but are really fully living in now. And I'm so grateful that we get to have not just witnessed your own growth, but that you've helped all of us grow as well. So I love you, brother. Thank you so much for making this community what it's been. Thank you. Thank you. And Renee.
Yes. Hey, I have that, like, I have, like, echoing the sentiments of Trey, like, would not be who I am or where I am in my life, in my growth, in my evolution, and just the appreciation for everyone who showed up to Soul Study, everyone who showed up into this space and was live, active in the chat, like, just beautiful loving on everybody, and just the knowing that the different connections that people have made IRL, like in real life, because of being in virtual, like, it doesn't just stop here. So I just, and it's been such a pleasure getting to work with Trey and collaborate with Trey, and like him welcoming into that role to like hold Soul Study with him and like just grow, like, just so much appreciation. And thank you, Justin, for
Renee, you are
existing.
amazing. I love you. Thank you. Renee's also held down. The reason Renee got invited into this is because Renee has been one of those people who, if I need somebody to step in and I just know they got it, like, I don't need to say nothing. I don't need to do, Renee got it. Renee has it. Renee has been that person. It's been so beautiful to just be like, I don't have a lot of time. Renee, can you just jump in and take care of it? And Renee's like, I got it. And like holds the energy and the teachings and the whole thing in such a magical, sacred space with so much heart and love and intentionality and beauty. Oh, Renee, I love you so much. Thank you for all that you've brought to this community. So grateful for you. I love you, sister. Thank you.
Love you.
Thank you both. Thank you both. And then, you know, I can't go off of here. I can't believe she had to sign off. That was like so sad. But Mariana has been such a massive member of this community. Mariana has been in my world for a really long time. She came to like a retreat that I hosted in 2013, I think, was Mariana's first retreat. And Mariana started up the Kingdom Book Club on her own and has been continuing to meet on that. And we're going to share more with you about that in a little while. Actually, I'll just go ahead and put it up right now. I'm putting up the QR code for the Kingdom Book Club, which will continue. It's not going to be called the Kingdom Book Club anymore. It's going to be called the Something Else Book Club, but right now it's just called the Book Club in the interim. And so you can take a picture of this QR code so that you can go to it later. They're currently reading Lighter by Young Pueblo. Soon, they're going to be reading a new book called How We Ended Racism that I wrote and Shelley wrote. And so that's going to, I think, be coming soon as a Kingdom Book Club pick. And they meet on Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific time before the Kingdom on Zoom. And so, but if you even can't come to every session, but you just read along and you want to jump in and chat, the Kingdom Book Club has been a bustling, beautiful community and will continue in just with a new name. As we continue on, and Mariana has been the leader of that totally on her own. Like, she reached out, is it okay if I start a book club? And then just started it. And so it's been such a gift, and Mariana brings so much heart and soul and purpose to the community. So we hope that if you're called to join in on this book club, even if you're just somebody who wants to be held accountable to reading more, it's a really beautiful experience, and it's been just really, really special. So we'll make sure that Mariana hears this message, even though she had to sign off. And so let me come back. Okay, and then finally, I just want to do a quick honoring, and if any of these people are here right now, you can bring them up, and we're not going to have the time for everybody to speak, but I just want to honor the people who were able to read our Kingdom Manifesto that was created this season, who came up live to read these. We had Selena, Ezra, Evie, Thomas, Kehlani, and Alonzo, who were able to read the Kingdom Manifesto that was created this year. That has been such a beautiful experience for all of us, and just want to honor you for contributing your voices in that way. And so with that being said, the next thing that I actually want to do is do one final reading in this way of the Kingdom Manifesto. And the Kingdom Manifesto is something that Ezra Bookman helped us create to really say, who are we? What do we stand for? And I thought that this was a really powerful addition to the community, because it really, really anchored us into what this community is a part of. And so what I would love is to get a few volunteers right now to read the Kingdom Manifesto out loud. And you'll read just one little part of it, and I'll bring it up onto the screen. And so we'll have enough for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people to come and read a short little paragraph of the Kingdom Manifesto. So if you rate it as a Zoom hand, I will pick the first 5 folks whose Zoom hands I see. All right. We got you. All right. Pam, only because you've had a chance to share a bunch, I'm going to bring Uli up, if that's okay. And then, great, I got my 5. So it's going to be Kehlani, Trey, Lori, Renee, and Uli. Okay. So here we go. I'm bringing it up, and you're just gonna, all you're gonna do, Kate, if you go ahead and just spotlight all of them at once right now, would be really good. And then we'll give you guys, you all can unmute yourselves, and we'll go in that order. Just a paragraph each: Kehlani, Trey, Lori, Renee, and then Uli. Okay, so I'm gonna bring up the screen just now. All right, first paragraph. Kehlani. Read it with your heart. And hold on, I'm sorry, everybody. Take a breath in, take a breath in. Hands over the heart, everyone. And just take a moment to really receive these words, and that these words are not talking about the kingdom as like this podcast or event. These words are talking about you. They're about you, like you individually as a person, because you are a part of this community. You are what makes this community. This community doesn't have this energy because of me. This community has this energy because of us and what you're choosing to show up into. And so this describes you. And so just feel the resonance of that as these are being read as a manifesto for yourself. So go ahead, Kehlani.
Welcome to the Kingdom community, our space to come together, get inspired, and feel supported as we grow into the best versions of ourselves. At the Kingdom, we believe that there is something bigger than us and also something big within us. We believe that all of us have the power to make the impossible possible by transforming our lives and transforming the world.
Beautiful. Trey, get just the first part of this next page.
We believe that we can only reach our full potential when we help others thrive. So we promise to reflect honestly, listen generously, and love each other unconditionally.
Lori.
We believe that music is medicine, singing is sacred, and dancing is how our bodies sing.
Yeah, we all believe that here. Renee, first part.
We believe the kingdom belongs to everyone. The only thing you need to do in order to belong here is to be here and to show up with love.
Uli.
Most importantly, we believe that wisdom is everywhere, but especially in you. Let's grow, go beyond, and rise together.
Together.
Yes.
There it is. There it is, everybody. And so just feel that in your heart, you know, and really this manifesto is something that we can continue to come back to anchor into who you want to be in the world as you go from this experience. The kingdom in this form is ending, but you get to be a kingdom in your own self as you experience life in your world. And my biggest hope is that, you know, you're taking these teachings and not just keeping them to yourself as golden nuggets in a notebook, but that you're actually living these teachings out into the world and sharing them with people you know, not by you trying to preach to them about them, but by you living them as an example and having them experience these teachings and golden nuggets as an example. And doing that with a level of joy and acceptance and community and coming together. And you can just even see the diversity and experience that we have, even on the 6 of us here that are pinned. But if you go into the broader community that we have here, I mean, it's really something special. And I think we're modeling something really important for the world right now at this time, and we'll continue to do that. And so we get to bring this energy, you know, out into the world. Okay, so thank you all so much for reading this final reading of our manifesto. And I love you all. Thank you. So we're coming close to an ending here. And let me just review my notes because I always skip important things when I don't look at my notes. So hold on one second. I think I did good. I think I did good. Oh, I did good, and I did it on time. Kate, are you also, my team is so proud of me when I do this. Okay, so the thing that I do want to share with you all in terms of ways to come together and what's coming next. The honest truth is, you know, well, I'll tell you 2 things. One, most immediate, recent, soon ways to continue coming together, both in person and online. And maybe Kate, I know I'm putting you on the spot here with this, but maybe you can throw some of these links into the chat box, but they're also all just on my website, justinmichaelwilliams.com. So I'm going to go kind of in order of dates. We have Esalen coming up in December, which for those of you who have looked at Esalen in the past and have felt like, oh, I can't come there because it's too expensive, take another look. Esalen has completely changed their pricing models, offered new forms of housing, shared rooms, all kinds of things that they've added that were not there a year ago or even 7 months ago, 6 months ago. And so we have an Esalen workshop for those of you who want to come in person. That's called Renew a Ritual of Awakening for the New Year. Really good way to come hang out with us in person. And again, check out Esalen's pricing has really been updated in quite a significant way. And I'm there a few times next year as well. The second thing that's going to be coming up that's bigger and online and free is Manifest New Year's Eve. So Manifest New Year's Eve is coming up on New Year's Eve. Again, this will be our 7th, 7th, I forget, one of those annual Manifest New Year's Eve. And so you'll get information about that coming out soon. But if you go to manifestnye.com, you can already get on the wait list so you make sure you don't miss the information. Manifest New Year's Eve, for those of you who are not familiar, is one of our community's like staple experiences. It's if somebody told me, I always say this, like if somebody said, Justin, you're only ever allowed to do one program ever for the rest of your life, this would be the one that I would pick personally. Manifest is my favorite thing to do every year. And what it is New Year's Eve during the day. So you don't miss whatever shenanigans you're getting into at night or whatever family rituals or routines you have in the evening. During the day on New Year's Eve, we do an intentional conscious New Year's Eve gathering online, virtually. And thousands of people come. Think of it like a kingdom extravaganza. It's like a 3-hour experience where we have music, live music, and special guests. And you have the experience of reviewing the year to pass, and also having the time and energy with the workbook to write your vision for the next year. And typically what everybody says is when they show up and do that work, they're shocked at how their visions come true. Manifest is so fun, and it's free. It is free. So you can come and enjoy Manifest on New Year's Eve. And the link to that is manifestnye.com. And we'll be announcing some information about that soon, but it's always on the same day on December 31st. And it's during the early part of the afternoon, okay? For those of you on the West Coast, anyway, we might change the time, but it's in the earlier part of the afternoon or late morning typically. And then finally, one big way to come join us, I know most of you already know about this because you've been in the community, but in case you don't and you're newer to the community, like the best retreat we host all year is in Bali. We do our Bali retreat. I know many of you are coming, and many of you maybe don't even know that there's a Bali retreat, but we have a Bali retreat in March. It's a live music and mindfulness retreat in March at Soulshine in Bali with Michael and Sarah Franti. The Frantis will be there. That's what they've told us. They're going to be on property with us for that retreat. And we still have a few rooms left, actually. I think we still have like 5 or 6 spots left, right, Kate? And so if you want to come join us in Bali, let us know. If finances are a problem for you to come join us in Bali, let us know. We don't have like full scholarships, so we can see what we can do in terms of payment plans and extending and stuff like that. But I try my best to make sure money isn't a barrier for you all. You know that that's one of my commitments, to do my best to make that happen for you. And so Bali, Kate put the information in the chat, but it's all on my website, justinmichaelwilliams.com/Bali. And I know many of you were able to come last year as well. So we'll be doing that again this March. And so when oddly enough on Balinese New Year, so New Year seems to be our moment, no matter where we are in the world. And so I want to speak for a moment about what's next. And I'll be really honest with you all. So this was a journey that I've been on with the kingdom. Like, the kingdom came blasting through me when I was at Esalen. It was like, you are going to create me. Like I literally was like very much like, what? Like a church? Like what is even, like, this doesn't make any sense to me. And when it originally started, the kingdom, before it was called the kingdom, was going to be called Power Sundays. That was the original name. And when I was trying to launch it, like the energies around me, my guides were just like, this is not the name, and you know it. And the name, the kingdom, kept coming to me, and I was fighting it. I was like, I'm not calling it the kingdom. Like, I'm not calling this the kingdom, y'all. Like, you got to give me something else. Like, you know, and looking up like all the meanings of the kingdom and all these different religions and like the gender aspects of it and the whole thing. I was very much like, but if there's one thing I've learned in my life, and this has been like a massive golden nugget for me from Brenda Rose, is intuition is knowing something with confidence without knowing how or why you know it. Knowing something with confidence without knowing how or why you know it. And I knew that it was supposed to be called the kingdom. I have no idea why, but it was so clear to me. And it was obvious that I would have been disobeying whatever this idea was had I called it Power Sundays. And so the kingdom was born in 2020, and I committed to doing it for 6 months to see what happened. And here we are 3 years later, and it's gone through so many forms, and the world has started to change. My life and travel schedule and everything has started to change. And the ways that I've been wanting to show up and serve have started to change. And we've had some big experiences. Like, I remember when we started the kingdom, I used to say in every episode, one day we'll be able to be together in person. And we'll be able to be in the same room and have this experience and be doing our prayers out loud and all of these things. And we've had that. Like, we went from the kingdom being this virtual only experience to having several in-person sessions this year, and all the transitions of things that have happened in between, and all the guests and all the experiences. And what happened for me is I just kept being in relationship to the kingdom, asking, how do you want to come through next? Like, what's next? Like, how do you want to come through next? And season 3 came about because it was very clear that the kingdom wanted to be in person. It wanted to have that full expression. And finally, at like middle of this season, I had another ask. I'm like, how do you want to come through next? And the message for me was, I'm complete. I'm complete. And I felt it because I felt complete. Like, I also felt complete. We were trying to think about season 4, and I wasn't having any ideas. I didn't have anybody I really cared to interview. Like, you know, it just wasn't the energy of the idea was gone. And so I just had like deep thought, prayers, experiences with it first to really get the full experience. And all that I got was that it was complete. And it reminded me of the teaching that I said last session that I talked about in one of the very first kingdoms, which was the marigold flower metaphor. And those of you who haven't heard this, it's, you know, it was in the very first kingdom I talked about this. And so it's kind of funny how it came back around. But I was at Esalen, which is where the idea for the kingdom came to be. And there was this woman plucking these marigold flowers that were beautiful off of the plant. and throwing them on the ground. Hundreds. I mean, the property was lined with them. And I go up to her and I'm like, what is wrong with you? You know, why are you taking these beautiful marigold flowers off and throwing them on the ground? And she just said, first of all, she said, you must be from the city. And I said, yes, I am. And she said, well, look at these flowers. Even though they're big and even though they're beautiful, look down a little lower and you'll see these little buds. And this plant has a limited amount of energy. And the energy this plant is taking to keep these flowers alive, if I don't prune them, then we risk these buds never having enough energy to bloom. And I just thought that was such a powerful teaching, that if we don't prune something in our lives when it's complete, then the energy that we need to finance, not just financially, but I'm talking energetically finance, the buds in our lives that are looking to bloom, then we risk spreading our energy too thin and not being able to let something else bloom. And this is the experience that I'm having right now. The kingdom is beautiful. There's nothing wrong with it, just like these beautiful flowers. But we oftentimes wait to let things go in our lives until they've died, until they've completely wilted, and until there's something that we don't want anymore. And what I'm hoping this teaching, this experience is for you, is you can honor something when it is complete and end it in beauty and end it in joy and end it in gratitude, but end it when it's complete. Some of us know when something is complete in our lives, but we don't complete it because of fear, because of all the reasons that we've learned about in the kingdom of why we hold on to things. And so, but when you end something when it's complete, it gives you permission to not have to run something dead into the ground or ruin it or sabotage it or tear it apart, for you to just say, it's done. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is so beautiful and it's done. And so that's where it is. That's where the energy of it is. That's where I'm at with it. And I know that sometimes that's not easy, right? For the whole community, because sometimes when things are done, everybody's not ready for them to be done. But I will tell you that from whatever the spirit of the kingdom is that has been with me from the beginning, it's complete. I'm not just complete, the energy of the kingdom is complete. And so I hope you all take that teaching with you as a closing teaching, that we're bookending, like Renee said, the beginning and the end with, is when something is complete, let it go with beauty as best as you can and with gratitude, versus having to run it to the ground or make sure it's dead before you let it go, or make sure it's ugly or dilapidated or ruined, you know, before you're ready to let it go. And this is holding on, you know, so that's the energy. And in terms of what's next, I'll be really honest with you all. I mean, there's a lot of things that are next, right? Like there's a book and there's retreat. So it's not like I'm disappearing in any way, but what's next in terms of our community having the opportunity to connect and talk and new teachings and stuff in this way, I don't know yet. I would tell you, I don't know. It's been clear to me that I just actually need to give it a little time to feel what's next. And I went into trying to kind of like create what's next before the kingdom ended, so I could tell you exactly what was next. And I don't have it yet. I don't have it yet. And so I'm one who waits for the music to come to me, you know, and let it come through. And I'm going to give myself a little time to figure out what that is. But my promise from you, always, because this is just who I am, is that the generosity of the teachings will continue. And there's some way that we'll be continuing to connect in some form that will be really beautiful, and hopefully even more beautiful than this form has ever been. And so I'm excited to learn what that will be as well. And I promise as soon as I know what it is, you all will know as well. Okay. And so we'll be in many forms. Okay. One thing that I am actually going to be doing is I'm going to be a lot more active on my social media than I have been in the past, with teachings and videos and things like that. I made a TikTok account. I really didn't want to do it, y'all, but it's happening. But I'm actually having fun with it, and we'll see. There's some other things that are something else is coming. I know it, and I just don't know what it is yet. And I'm letting myself honor that unknowing. Okay. So I love you all dearly, and we're going to close out now, but let's just do a closing prayer together. And after the prayer, I'm going to put back on the song, and Kate, I'll put it on this time, that we wrote together with the Brothers Koren. called Unbounded. And for those of you who are newer, in 2020, we had the Brothers Corin on, who are amazing musicians who help people find their voice through song. And they had all of us from the kingdom write a song together, like literally together. And the song that we're playing is a song that we all wrote together. And it's the Brothers Corin and I singing on the recording. And so this song is called Unbounded. And so I'll put that on just after our prayer. Let me actually pull it up so that I can do that quickly. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right, everybody. So I'm going to take myself off of Spotlight so you can all see each other and we can go into gallery view, hopefully. And if you can turn your camera on for the last little moment here of the kingdom, I would be so grateful. And I'm going to add one thing. This is one thing we do at all of our retreats. So after the prayer and after the song, after the prayer and the song, we're going to come back. We're going to take everybody off of mute. We're going to rub our hands together and I'll count to 3. And on the end, we'll clap all together on 3. And that clap will be the ending of our experience. And the reason why we do that is they say, all traditions, religions, spiritual beliefs talk about sound being the beginning and the end of things. They say in the Bible, in the beginning was the word. Even in science, we call it the Big Bang theory. In Hindu traditions, it's called Om, is the beginning of the universe. It's all with sound. And so we do this clap sound that we'll do to begin and end the experience together. So after the song, we'll do that together and then we'll all sign off. Okay? So let's do a closing prayer together. Hands over the center of your chest. Close your eyes if you're comfortable, or you can keep them open and look at everybody. God, Spirit, Universe, all that is, all that ever has been, and all that ever will be, we thank you. Thank you for bringing this community together. Thank you for holding us in such sacred space through so many tender times. Thank you for helping us create a family here together, a community of trust and love. And we are so grateful to have had this form of this beautiful experience together as one. May we each continue to bring the energy and spirit of this community out into our world and create these communities everywhere we go. May the connections continue to flourish in ways that we may never understand or never imagine and know. And may each of us stand for something bigger on this planet and in this world so that we can all continue to rise together, and not just us here rising together, but the whole world rising together. Be silent for a moment so you can just welcome in your own personal prayer as we close out the kingdom together with our final closing prayer here. Send out one big blessing. God, Spirit, Universe, all that is, all that ever has been, and all that ever will be, thank you. Thank you for using me in this way. Thank you for using all of us in this way. So it is. Ashe, Aho, Salam, Amen, Shalom, Satnam, Awen, Om. Thank you. Here is Unbounded, and then we will come back with a moment of clapping to fully end this experience. I'll put the lyrics on the screen.
We rise together, stronger than ever now. We rise up now. Our voices matter, the chains we shatter now. We rise up now. I'm mad, you mad. matter now. I'm coming, we're coming, the truth comes out. We found it, our voices coming out. Unbounded, we claim our freedom now. Here we go. They wrote the story, we changed the letters now. We rise up now. One of those before me, on wings of glory now. We rise up now. I'm mad, you mad, we matter now. Ooh, I'm coming, we're coming, the truth comes out. We found it, our voices coming out. Unbounded, we claim our freedom now. We found it, our voices coming out. Unbounded, we claim our freedom now.
Unbounded, everybody. So beautiful. So we're claiming our freedom now. Kate, if you will do the honors and invite everybody to unmute. If you have a very noisy background, you can keep yourself on mute. But here's what we're going to do to close out the kingdom. You're just going to rub your hands together, creating
Let's
little
go.
rub
Let's
them up,
go.
and everything begins and ends. May this be the beginning of a new journey. On three, we'll go 1, 2, 3,
Doubling
clap
down.
all together. 1, 2, 3, clap. You ready?
On another Zoom.
Oh,
because you're saying goodbye.
we love you, kingdom. We love you, the kingdom.
Okay.
We
Love you.
kingdom. 1,
Bless you.
2,
Bless you.
3.
Cheese.
Clap. Goodbye, everybody. Good night.
Pew, 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 pew.
Bye.